Hi, hello. So for today's video, I will be doing a drawing with no fancy stuff challenge, I guess, or drawing with my phone, I should say. So for this video, I thought to myself, you know, a lot of people don't have access to the fancy stuff. I'm very privileged that I do have access to that to the fancy stuff. That's what I'm calling the nice programs and the tablets and the computers. That's their category in my mind, the fancy stuff. And there was a time where I didn't have that stuff, and I was thinking to myself, well, maybe to show, like, you don't need a drawing tablet, you don't need Clip Studio Paint or Photoshop or anything else that costs money. You don't even need a computer, you just need your phone, and you can do this. There are a few things I need to address about the recording. First, I had to crop the top because of my notifications. And secondly, I wanted to record myself drawing with my finger, like actually like in like real life. But when I do my thing where I did it once on one of my videos, I record with, if I'm trying to show myself drawing on my drawing tablet with like my hand, I use my phone to record. And so I didn't have a recording device. So I couldn't do that, but I hope this suffices. I did draw like no stylus with my fingers. I'm actually surprised I drew this well with my fingers, because most of the time when I draw with my fingers it looks wonky. Maybe it was peer pressure from thinking all like 680 of you are gonna see this. But also thank you for that number, by the way. That is an insane amount. But yeah, so there is one other thing I need to mention. If you like this video, you should subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, you should share. And also, if you're also double new here, my commissions are open. My website's in my link, is the link in my description. Go look there. Okay, now that I'm done chilling. So for this drawing, I just basically, I sketched out everything. I had to zoom in really close because I think a lot of people know that with your finger, that you don't, at least if you're new with drawing with your finger, or you don't do it a lot, you lose a lot of control, which I'm surprised that doesn't really show here. Because I never draw with my finger, really. It's like sometimes they'll do it if I'm like super bored, but it's never anything like nice looking. So I'm surprised that it looks so nice and not wonky. But if you do want to do this, or if you are doing drawing with IBS Paint with your finger, you probably are, or if you practice enough, you'll probably be just as great as if somebody holding a pen or somebody holding a stylus. Because it's just muscle memory. Like, drawing is like 50% like your mind and 50% like your muscle memory, and so you can learn how to draw with your finger like you would a pencil. It's a learning curve, but it's a learning curve that you can learn. The only thing is because I don't have very much control, as you can see, I'm like zooming in a lot, and I apologize in advance to anybody who gets dizzy from all the zooming in and out. Or the drawing wouldn't have looked as good if I just kept it zoomed out. That's also a reason why I've quit. I don't record with OBS as much, is because I zoom in so much on my drawings that I didn't think it would be fun for you guys to watch me just go wee 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 in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. So I made the decision to just use that. Or to use the recording system that Clip Studio has. IBS Paint also has a recording system, because I didn't record my whole drawing this way, and you'll see that at the end. I had to export it through TikTok, and so there's my TikTok there if you want to follow that. But yeah, for this drawing, My process was pretty normal. I sketched the same way I usually do. I even rendered the same way I usually do. I had to use slightly different brushes because obviously I don't have my Clip Studio brushes, so I used, I think it's the Dip Pen Hard brush and the watercolor water brush. And so those are the brushes I use on IBS Paint. If you want to know, if you want to recreate what I do with my style on IBS Paint, those are the two brushes. Those are the two brushes I use. Oh, and the airbrush for when I do the soft shading on the skin. I use an airbrush, or the airbrush with the opacity up a little bit, at the trapezoid airbrush at 60%. Yes. But yeah. I said earlier I wanted to make this video because I really think I wanted to show you guys you didn't need this stuff, because I remember being a younger artist and wanting an art tablet so bad, wanting to draw on my computer so bad because I thought it would make my art better. Newsflash, it didn't. It really didn't, and I was so wrong for thinking that. I remember getting my first laptop and opening Fire Alpaca, which did not want to run on my laptop, and I was like trying so hard to make it work, and I was doing it. I had no clue what I was doing, and I was like using the screen to draw, and it was really wonky, and like the screen was really not cooperating with me, and I was like, yeah, and it was worse than the stuff I was doing on IBS Paint, but I thought it was better because it was on a computer. And I just thinking that is a misconception, because there is a crap ton of stuff on IBS Paint. Like I think they even have an asset store. I don't remember. But I also wanted to show this video for that reason, because I think a lot of people think that. I think it's less than it used to be, but I still think there are people who think this, and I just wanted to show you can make art just as good as everybody else. You just have to learn the brushes, and you just have to learn your brushes. That's with any program. You have to learn about your brushes and how to use them if you want to get a certain effect, what kind of filters there are. Another thing, because like I said, I mentioned those three brushes. The watercolor water brush doesn't work the same way as the blend tool exactly. It blends out stuff a little differently. So for me to get the same type of blending, I have to blend it a little bit more, and it's still not really the same. It's still a little bit more chunky than what I usually do, or for what the blending usually is. And another thing is that the airbrush tool it's pretty much the same, other than I had to edit it to up the opacity to where it was similar to the one I have in Clip Studio. And I think learning that, or how to use your brushes, and how, if you can edit your brushes, how to edit them, is a really useful thing for any art program. As long as it can run on your device, go for it. And I will say with this is, while drawing this, my phone got really, really hot. So if you're going to try to repeat this on your own phone, or if you have a super render layer style like mine, your phone will get really hot. Just a warning. And it might crash. My old phones used to crash whenever I would draw on IBS Paint sometimes. If you have a phone that doesn't handle running things well, I would say warning for that. Make sure you save. But overall, I really like IBS Paint. I really if you're on a budget, or you thought about buying Clip Studio and now the subscription service has or thing that's about to happen is going to scare you away, use IBS Paint X. I wish there was a PC version of IBS Paint X, because I would be buying that for my for my computer, so that I could record on my computer too, instead of having to export it through my phone and stuff, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I really, really like this app. I really recommend it, and I think it's super good. And if you're on a budget, you should definitely try this if you want to get into digital art. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really, really want to say thank you so much, guys. I I didn't think I'd make it this far, and it's been a lot of hard work, especially with now my schedule is so crazy. I feel like I'm never free, and I'm surprised I've been able to keep up with the weekly uploads and keep up with the quality. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for sticking around. I just really appreciate it. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.